ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
What's up? Welcome back to Pro League. We're going to be here with the last map of the evening. It is going to be EchoFox Team Liquid. EchoFox surprising everyone by taking Dust 2, and now we're going to be on to the second map, which is Nuke. So this is a map that Liquid I think has shown much more proficiency than most other teams, and right off the bat, Upper Rush going to come into play. Why not? Nitro gets the first goal on a Freakazoid. They've got a couple more to deal with, but they're all going their way. 3 quick kills. There's a fourth. Pistol round is already over.
And we can see now it's just down on Roka. He's even stuck in the little mini shed too. Not really a big way to find his way outside of it. So unfortunately, not a whole lot to be done, as Moses just said. Pistol round basically already done. Just waiting for the impending death of Roka as he decides to play with the door a little bit here, but it's slowly falling to pieces. Hunting for a frag. Come on, Roka. Let's see something. But again, there we go. Finds at least one pickup against Nitro, but will eventually go down to Hiko, giving Team Liquid the pistol round.
Yeah, just pretty much a straight upper rush into that bomb site through the door. And EchoFox couldn't really handle it. I mean, when those rushes, sometimes it comes down through that door, especially on pistols. It sometimes comes down to that first player. If he falls without getting a kill, without doing damage, it's really hard to recover, because some of the other players, depending on where they're going, and you could see the other two players in EchoFox were up in the rafters, very exposed, and they hadn't really gotten to their set positions yet. They're just in really awkward spots to try and recover from that quick of a hit. Now, these 4 spies on Nuke can be very dangerous, especially you see Roka has a shotgun, so many close angles. The big thing as well is on Nuke, there's, it's hard to break into these bomb sites. There's a lot of different angles these pistols can play from that'll do a lot of damage.
We can see Shazam too, waiting to see if anybody's going to try to get adventurous, pushing the catwalk. There definitely will be. And there we go. Shazam trying to tap away with the USP. Does find that first kill against Salige, and getting some more intel. He knows there's a player pushing Hell as well. At the moment, though, he's focusing on JDM, got him down to 37 HP. That actually is a pretty detrimental position against Liquid. Does quite a bit of damage for going down with just a little USP.
That spot is so sick. I saw it being used earlier today in the European matches, and it can be very difficult to deal with because it's just such a very weird angle, and it's a good hiding spot as well. It's very good for just timing whenever you want to peek as a CT. So you can see it does the damage there. Now, can Liquid recover from this? They're still in some pretty good spots. And they obviously have the advantage of Arsenal, but they've got a lot of players to clear out. Hiko with 1 going towards door. There's still 2 very nearby him. Actually, only 1, because the other one is in the lower bomb site. Nuke, of course. Rix, though, they're going to find him here, just hiding behind that door. Hiko doesn't check it.
And we'll look to regroup now in the T entrance area to the A bomb site. Not moving in just yet. They are ready to redeploy in any moment here. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit rough finding their way back in with essentially minimal utility. Rix has a singular smoke, but that's it, although Flashbang is tossed down. It's a 1-for-1 trade initially, down to just 2 for the T's remaining here, Nitro and Pimp. But Rix is taking his way up. He's actually might have free reign to move in there, and there we go. Shuts out Pimp. All of a sudden, it's all falling to Nitro, but he's wasted a lot of time. Moves in. Nitro picks up that first kill. 1 more to go to be able to try and trade this out and win the round, but unfortunately, EchoFox cannot pull it off. And with that, Nitro closes things down for Liquid.
Yeah, good damage done, though. 4 kills. That's obviously huge for the CT team. The T-side economy is a little bit easier to manage, but still, getting 4 kills here in this round, it's a big step in the right direction, because the rebuy, even with the Mac 10 on Pimp, even with just JDM having a Tech 9, the other, I mean, most of these players are pretty depleted in terms of the money they have. So any more damage that EchoFox can do this round will be huge to keep this money low, to force a reset a little bit quicker, to get the CT side rolling much, much faster. Pimp's just going to probe into the upper bomb site. And by probe, I mean full-blown rush without stopping. And they have the site, but they don't have the bomb, so it's going to be a little bit late before they can get the plan in.
Players are starting to wrap outside to, at the very least, give them a few more angles to try and play with here, but Elige already having that full control. Certainly not going to be helping out EchoFox in the long run here. And Elige even moving upstairs now to try and find Freakazoid. He's currently sitting just outside of Heaven. He's going to check things out, but won't be taking any damage. Elige a little bit late to fire off.
And now they're just going to try and set up for some exit kills. Pimp there, he's been brought very low. He does get one of the Mac 10. Now he's going to try and bail out. Hiko gets Shazam, who is closest to chasing him down. Still 3 players alive for EchoFox. Make that 2. It's Pimp bringing in some of the bonus money. Freakazoid in this fight is getting tagged up. It's a nice job from Team Liquid using that MAC-10 just to test the waters, that upper bomb site, and finding it clear. Easy win for them. Freakazoid's going to hop down. No chance at a defuse, so he's just going to try and go for one last kill as they exit, and he's going to find it. So does Rix. Freakazoid's still going for more. Doesn't get that one, unfortunately. And they all fall, but 3 AKs are brought into the next round, which is all they came into this round with. There was one MAC-10 and one Tech-9 on the other two players.
Now the buys broil in for EchoFox as we see Shazam picking up the op, and it's going to be the full op buy on the 4th round with armor included. The rest of the team investing, but the biggest thing that is missing here from the EchoFox side is utility. They have the basics, they've got smokes, but even getting flashbangs seem to be a bit of a stretch for these guys, as most of them aren't even going to be having any here. So beyond initial smokes, they do not have a lot to hold back big rush play from Team Liquid into one of these bomb sites, or even a big execute.
Shazam with this op outside. This is going to be tough timing. I think JDM actually spotted him. Unfortunately, he doesn't land the shot. Now he's just got to be cautious. Shazam is walking right into where JDM was aiming, but oh, there's the headshot. Shazam finds it. It's a little bit unfortunate for JDM. Felt like he had the advantage a couple times in that little duel. Doesn't matter if you can't find the kill. So the rest of Team Liquid were kind of giving him the time he needed to find a pick, and it doesn't work out. So now they've got to figure out where they want to go. Smoke wall outside. Pimp recovers the fallen op, and Shazam has readjusted his location.
As they do start to try and go for a push a little bit more further outside here. Team Liquid gaining control, but Shazam actually flashed away from this one, so can't really catch any of these players moving into suicide. And he also doesn't really notice Pimp able to dive away before it takes too much damage, but still the damage in itself has been done, and that they've gotten control of suicide. And not only this, but on the re-peek, Pimp is going to be able to punish Shazam. Freakazoid now moving downstairs very quickly through the vents, but that should have been heard by Pimp. Which means the guys that are moving in through the secret area, they're going to be a little bit more careful so as not to be caught out by Freak.
Yeah, the next part that is going to be worrying for Team Liquid if they try and come to this upper bomb site. 2 players are going to be in the rafters. Nitro's coming down lower. And it's going to be this main entrance. Nitro falls. Rix is covered by that yellow beam. That's got to be worrying. I don't think they're going to spot him whatsoever. The Leech does find him. One more. Sean is in heaven. They need to take him out, but he gets 2 kills, 2 critical kills, and Pimp is in a 1-on-3. He's going to try and get this bomb planted, but it's not going to happen. He does kill Sean. He's still alive. 5 seconds left. Going to try and chase down kills and survive with this op, but he's in a tough spot. EchoFox is going to go for this after the timer. There's one. Can he get around the corner? He can't land the next shot. Now, even though he gets punished, they have taken 4 kills, 4 lives away from EchoFox, so the CT economy is still not very strong. You can see some of these rebuys are going to come in with just middling $3,000 in the bank. So the shotgun's out on Rix, UMPs as well. Fortunately, because of the damage they've done in the 2nd and 3rd round, I mean, Liquid feels like they can't have a strong enough buy to try and punish this.
So they're just going to go right back onto a Tech-9 armor buy. Not even armor for most of their players, just the Tech-9 investment. And we've already got Freakazoid, along with Rix, punishing some of this one. Rix climbing in there with the shotgun kill, but the round's already over. They just try to go for an all-out play to take control of vents. The smoke's not even really perfect enough. So they will get ripped to shreds, and it's an easy 2nd round for EchoFox.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, obviously it's going to be fine with them, but they're also not even really upgrading too many of these guns. This shotgun, the 2 UMPs. I mean, maybe just going to make a little bit more money, and it's a double save at a Liquid, so this is perfect for EchoFox to build up so much money. This is going to be so difficult in the future for Team Liquid. If this money rises too high and the CT side can just continually rebuy through some of the losses they suffer, it's going to be very tough for Liquid to get back into this T side. This T side nuke can be very suffocating, as we all know.
Good timing on the smoke from Roka, but regardless, the rest of Team Liquid's going to press outside here. Roka not really able to actually connect all that much damage, so they managed to forge their way through and get control of the vents area, which is going to lead to a pretty direct push, getting themselves onto the B bomb site here. Now, fast rotations from the side of EchoFox, and Freak actually denying the plant, but he's not able to escape Hiko, who jumps in through the double window and does find the trade.
It's actually huge. There's no one else from EchoFox even close to this bomb site to try and stop the plant. That's a little bit unfortunate, the timing from JDM coming through that smoke. Sean's at an angle he's not expecting. 3-on-3, a little bit of a bait setup in the new Toxic. Pimp gets the first kill. Liege is just hiding. He only has a deagle, so hoping that if they kill Pimp, they don't clear that window out entirely. This is looking like a very good round for Team Liquid. This retake is coming in very slow. They have a kit, they have a Molotov. But, I mean, that shotgun is so useless from this range, so he's going to have to get close up to Old Toxic, trying to jump down, maybe SWAT team over that railing, but Hiko's going to win at range, and Pimp putting that salvaged M4 to good use. Nice win from Team Liquid to get their 4th, but it is going to be another buy from EchoFox.
So, with that being done, dusted away here, Team Liquid do get to retain their lead, but obviously they're not out of the hot seat just yet. EchoFox saving up so much from the previous couple of rounds. Got one more bye to work with here and one more chance to save themselves and also try to keep this comeback rounding around for themselves. Team Liquid now looking better and better for the T side, and this is a bit dangerous since we still have seen this map, and most higher tier matchups seem to be pretty CT-sided. So with Team Liquid already starting off this well with 4 rounds, EchoFox is going to want to try to change that scoreline as quickly as possible and deny Liquid as many rounds as possible.
Clever by Liquid, blowing open the door to try and give JDM an angle to op someone trying to come in from mini. Unfortunately, the nade, or the smoke of the HE grenade kind of obscures his vision. Sean's going to be at secret stairs. Shazam still outside. Oh, that's an easy kill for JDM, waiting for that kind of a play. He gets punished, so a 5-on-4. Shazam had fallen very, very far back. He's back at that angle he was playing behind the, I don't even know what's called, the generator, perhaps, that he was using in that anti-eco round. Now, he's got to be careful because...
Air conditioning, I suppose this.
Okay, air conditioning. He predicts that angle where he got punished from earlier. That's a nice shot. Pimp was jumping. Can't land the next one out. JDM's got him pinned in. They keep missing, but this Molotov is going to force him out. But that second kill is huge. He's going for more because he has to. Can't win it. 3-on-3 situation, and a lot of EchoFox has readjusted to defend the lower bomb site.
With that now, it's still going to be an even game, but Liquid's still stuck outside of Hell, looking to forge their way back in. They've also got to be careful because there could, in theory, at the very least, be someone tucked away. They're going to avoid Hell altogether and just jump their way up towards Heaven.
There's no one in the upper bomb site from EchoFox. They're all playing in vents. They're all playing behind the lower bomb site, so this upper bomb site is clear. Obviously, Liquid can't know that, but they're going to be very happy to find that out.
And as they do move in here, now Hiko is starting to investigate things on the upper bomb site, but again, they're not finding anything yet. Roka, Freakazoid, Rix, all sitting down below, expecting this to be a B hit, but that's a big mistake. As the bomb will go down for Team Liquid with just 8 seconds left. And now EchoFox have to make a huge adjustment. All of them are rotating back through the vents and up through Secret to move outside. Roka, if he goes up those stairways, he's more than likely a dead man, as Hiko is just waiting for someone to come up the top of this vents here.
That smoke's actually going to help Hiko. It eliminates areas he has to watch for. Roka coming up, jumping. Hiko still can't get that kill. Nitro's there to cover for it, but retake doesn't work out from EchoFox, and they're even going to salvage an AWP. So back onto the pistols, a save round for EchoFox. Liquid up 5-2. Good start to this Terrace half, starting with that opening pick from JDM. Shazam, actually, these are some heroics. This is very nice getting that kill, and even the following, the next kill after that is pretty massive to keep them in the round. Still can't come out on top.
And now for Team Liquid, pressing forward. They're finally breaking EchoFox here. They gain the advantage back. They're done with some of these tough rounds here. We'll see what EchoFox will throw at them on their eco round, but it's not looking so great. As for the most part, it just looks like they're going to take default stacks on the site and try at the very least to find a couple of kills here and there. Again, Shazam outside, just barely even outside of CT spawn. Somewhat easy pickings for Pimp there to start off the round. That opens up the entire outside area, and the team is free to push their way down into Secret.
Yeah, at least Shazam with a parting gift for the dink on a Pimp. That's a pretty nice shot from that range. So Liquid now progressing all the way over outside. Elige towards CT spawn. The rest of Liquid is posturing to at least pressure this lower bomb site. Sean is down here. Freakazoid's in ramp room. And then when the other two are kind of taking over lobby at the moment. So it's going to be all on Sean at the moment if they do it. And if Freakazoid actually turns the corner, Nitro spots the gun, but he can't switch to the AK-47 in time. Pimp's there to trade that out. Sean's still alive here. If he can get one kill, he just needs to buy time for these flanks to come into play. And Liquid's taking a lot of time and being very careful. They do have 40 seconds, so being patient, using the entire clock. I think Rick spotted one. The question is, did Liquid spot him? And they are going to clear all their corners. Very diligent. Roka and Sean once again caught in the other bomb site down lower. They're going to have an AK-47 where they can't really do too much to get back in and have a shot at winning this round.
All moving back upstairs now to try and shift their way over onto the site, but for Roka and Sean on a mission to try and hunt down as many players as humanly possible. Roka placing himself still downstairs with Sean as he rotates out through Secret outside. Roka looked like he wanted to take the path of the vents, but has decided against it now. Both of them moving out there, and Sean being met with a challenge, which brings him down to just 17 HP. And definitely not wanting to peek out again anytime soon. Team Liquid know where at least one of these two remaining players are, and if they can knock them out, it's only going to amplify their ability to shut them down further on the next round.
Yeah, this is, I mean, the best option is keep that AK-47 alive in Roka's hands. Don't really need to go for anything. The lead on this T side, though, is very, very nice, and it you know, the question is going to be, I don't think it's going to be a double save. especially on a map like Nuke where the shotguns can be effective in situations where you can put them in places to be effective. I think they kind of have to buy here, but they're not going to have the AWP if they do so. And if they can, it'll be Glass Cannon if Shazam wants to go for that. And it looks like he is, to be honest with you. Ooh, very rarely do you see an operator like not to go for the AWP.
Shazam of all people, too.
Intriguing. It's a twist, a plot twist. We encounter EchoFox now have to defend against this. Another very fast protect. Hiko slows down at the last second. A lot of players going to pressure towards ramp room. It looks like Roka's all alone in that direction, playing way, way far back. Sean can be there pretty quickly if they have any indication the hit is coming in. But instead, they go away from ramp, and now just everyone is playing very passively in lobby.
Just holding back again. He's waiting for Presence to move its way out from old radio over to here, but
that's a pretty dirty spot that Rix is in.
Won't be obliged anytime soon.
I don't like that spot. That spot feels like it would anger me very much if I got killed by that.
It's going to be holding it good, but it doesn't actually look like for the timing that Liquid are going to be pressing into that site anytime soon. Right now, just kind of poking in there, but everybody else hanging out outside. A minute still left, and now is where we see the shift happening. They've broken the upper windows, and they're getting ready to toss smokes and flashbangs inside so that Hiko and Pimp can forge their way in. But here's where this spot may come into fruition. Rick's going to be looking away initially, but now crouching back in. He's going to be completely flashed, though, so they're going to get a lot of free movement. And he actually doesn't peek it from that same angle. Has to wrap around. He can't get anybody with it. He only manages to grab one before going down. Elige, Hiko, Pimp, all finding kills against EchoFox on their way into this B bomb site. And Hiko even finding a second now. Roka can't do anything from heaven, but he's the last man alive now, so he's going to try to find something here.
I'm glad that spot didn't work out. That would have made me very, very upset. The flashbangs were very nice from Liquid, although Roka's making a good bit of this.
What?
Oh, wow, 3 quick headshots. Unfortunately, he doesn't know that Nitro circled all the way around him. That was so close. Roka with 3 very, very quick kills. And yeah, Rix, these flashbangs just take him out of commission for far too long. Even his teammate, Freakazoid, you know, Molotov pressures him a lot. He had to get out of position. He was out in the open. He was probably getting hit by flashbangs as well. So a good execute onto the upper bomb site from Team Liquid. Back onto a save for EchoFox. The lead continues to grow on this T-side Nuke.
And we continue to grow even further with EchoFox again, still struggling to get their economy under control here now. It's another save round for these guys. Just Deagles, P250. We've only got 2 players even investing into armor, and there is 0 utility. Not expecting anything great. Or for the most part, this should be a walk in the park for Team Liquid. EchoFox, keep in mind, they have been able to trade in a few of these situations. Shazam holding the good positions a few rounds back over by the air conditioner. And now Shazam as well, this time going to be playing things outside of the secret entrance. But nothing really happening outside for the most part here early on in this round. Liquid just taking it nice and slow and just kind of trying to see what openings they'll find to get onto these sites, find the bomb plant, and then just basically eliminate everybody else on EchoFox.
Good damage on the JDM. That could be a good find for EchoFox later on with these pistols. Just clean them off. Still very, very patient. Pimp looked like he wants to get aggressive towards ramp room, just seeing if anyone's pushing up. There it is. There's finally the cleanup. Roka brought him down very low. Shazam finishes off the kill. It is going to be on Sean. He misses that initial shot with the Deagle and just falls away towards lower. So Liquid have ramp room, and this is going to force some kind of movement from this defense. Nitro still outside. Hiko spots one inner, and this is kind of what Hiko did on the old Nuke as well. He was very much the lobby player who just kind of toyed around in lobby, lurked here for most of the round, looking for pushes, waiting for his time to pounce on the upper bomb site or towards ramp room to coordinate with his team. And still Liquid being very patient, running this clock down very low, 15 seconds. Shazam gets one on top of the HUD as Roka. Rix, he's been spotted out. He gets dropped by Nitro as well, so that should open up the run, but the bomb's been dropped. The bomb is so far back, 9 seconds left.
Oh no.
This is going to be an EchoFox win.
Of all the progress they made on this round, that's going to be a 2 seconds, and he threw it away! Sean is walking over towards hell where Team Liquid were hiding out it, and it throws the round over. Somehow Team Liquid still managed to win it.
That's unreal. I mean, obviously Sean can't know that they don't have the bomb in their hands. But I mean, that's something we saw earlier when they took over upper bomb site. I think it was the 3rd round. They took over the upper bomb site just very quickly with the MAC-10. Just went and tested it, saw that it was wide open, but the bomb was left right outside of the T holding area. And the same thing happens here. They're just very, very lucky.
So, for Team Liquid here now, back on to another gun round against EchoFox. But we have to start seeing EchoFox make some kind of an impact. The CT side looks absolutely abysmal right now. And they just played this the other day, too, in their Premier Finals, I do believe. Came down to a third map, and they were able to actually clean this one up pretty easily, which might have influenced why they may have wanted to try and risk it here tonight, but so far it is not working out very well at all.
This is a nice position from Freakazoid. He's also got Shazam farther back with the op to help distract, but is Nitro going to be prepared for this? There's Sean. Oh, this is a very good defensive setup. Sean is well pushed up. Eliminates that portion of the attack. So now Pimp is the next option to get aggressive. Got to try and find Roka, and he saw him go to these back boxes. Rotation is on the way. Shazam's here. That's a nice shot. Falls back, but Roka has been lost. Pop flash, he blinds himself. And he's got to just kind of concede control of ramp room, but it's okay. It's a 4-on-2. And taking this bomb site in this situation is going to be so difficult. He goes entirely blind. Sean drops him. And Liquid has just slowly been whittled down to just JDM.
Who only has control of ramp room with 30 seconds left. He's already lost the bomb, and as he wraps this corner, looking for Shazam, but he will not find him in the 1v1. A third round finds its way onto the board for EchoFox here. And again, they're running into the same problem what we saw from back over from Immortals actually a little bit earlier on in the evening, where they were struggling to just win even multiple rounds together. Now they're not going to be able to do that. We'll just see if they're reset again here, that their economy goes right back down in the dumps, and that's quite a few free rounds again for Liquid to be able to chain together here.
Outside pressure coming, so going right back to it, despite the fact that they just got entirely shut down. Liquid's going to go attack outside one more time. This time it's another defense that's being thrown on them. Sean just hiding in the back of in Warehouse. He's giving up outside control. And hopefully just be able to sneak away with 1 or 2 kills if they fail to check this. Freakazoid is going to be guarding Secret Step. Wall of smokes, flash through it. Alicia's going to push in. This is where Sean comes into play. He finds Nitro, and Alicia is extremely blind. I don't know if that was a team flash, but that's also the bomb down, so a lot of trouble. Pip gets blind as well. JDM can't land the shot and punish him, but huge advantage for EchoFox provided by Sean Gares.
And again, we'll move forward to try and reclaim the bomb along with JDM now, but the more time they waste in doing this, and again, another pop flash moves out, it's going to completely blind JDM, and it's essentially another free kill. Pip with a nice pickup, even tries to chain it onto Shazam back down there inside of Hell. Can't find that initially. Hiko picks up a kill, and here comes Pip now, wrapping his way out. Last target's going to be Roka sitting back over here towards Heaven, but he can't actually knock him out of the picture. The good news is, though, is they've gotten back enough control to grab the bomb. Bad news, it's Hiko. As the last man standing in a 1v2, apologies.
Yeah, Roka's very, very low. Both members in this upper bomb side, Roka and Heaven, he's now going down the ladder, but Rix, he's going to be the tough one to flush out of this spot. This is so many awkward angles, and is Hiko going to be ready for this? Baits out the shot, nice shoulder peek. Now Roka's got to come back up, but Hiko just readjusts, goes down the vents. He's going to be able to get a plant. They have to be a little bit cautious coming down the vent in this 1-on-2, so they have to at least seed this. Behind the silo, where does Hiko decide to go from here? Oh, that's nice. That's very, very nice. He's going to buy some time. Roka's got to be careful. He's got to let this expire because his teammate can't meet up with him. There's the nade. That's beautifully done. Now Hiko can find a new position.
Hiko again just trying to wait this out as long as possible. Rix will be moving his way back in from the vents as soon as possible. But the thing is this could surprise Hiko from either side. Hasn't heard him drop in yet. He's going to adjust very quickly, but he can't lock onto it properly. And with that, he actually gets his body sent into the pool down below. And Rix will be winning out this one for EchoFox.
He had the opportunity. That was sick by Hiko to throw the Molotov in the vent, isolate the 1-on-1. The nade takes him out. You could see here, right idea, he even had the first 3 or 4 bullets. Just couldn't land the kill, couldn't get it directly on the body. So close rounds for EchoFox. After Freakazoid buys up, their money is still very low. There is an opportunity for a reset, but unfortunately Liquid's going to be stuck on Tech 9s. Few players have armor. They have decent utility as well, but not a whole lot to bring to the table here.
So again, with Team Liquid being brought down so low, it's going to be another fast play for them to take outside control. Shazam even moving back too. He's going to give them a little bit of room to work with outside of the A entrance garage, but he hasn't realized they're coming in from below. It's actually Sean that finds that first kill. Comboing it into his second is going to be Freakazoid. Sean also did great damage to JDM in the process of this too, so the initial kind of gambit taken by Liquid to just go for a direct push, it hasn't worked at all. Hiko's the last one standing, and he's not even going to get anything done either. Finally, we're seeing some very clean rounds moving out from EchoFox, and it is allowing them to bring the scoreline a lot closer, which is what we needed to see. As prior to these couple of rounds, it was looking like Liquid was just going to completely run away with this half.
Yeah, it's been three straight for EchoFox. At one point it was 8-2, and that is when it starts to look very, very scary. Still a fantastic amount of rounds on this T side from Team Liquid off the back of winning pistol and 1 reset on the 6th round that they had. So here again, 5 AKs, or 4 AKs and a Galil, no AWP, and Rix is going to get aggressive, and he's just pushing forward. He doesn't care whatsoever. It's aggression everywhere. It's a lobby crunch, and Liquid is not ready for it. Hiko and Pimp wilt under the pressure. And a 5-on-3, EchoFox is just going to fall away from this aggression. Job is done. They can play passive in the bomb site and just outlast Liquid now.
As they press forward here, again, outside control somewhat being gained, but unfortunately, EchoFox still having the ring around them. Sean just picking off another player, slowly whittling down the entire Team Liquid roster.
I mean, this is why Nuke is so difficult. It's so hard to get into these bomb sites. I mean, these defenses can just turtle up, and it's just so effective, especially when you get these early advantages. I mean, once you pretty much just sink into the bomb sites, you know, what can Terra's teams really do? Elige gets 1 kill, but he does eventually fall. And that's the entire strength of that kind of tactic to turtle up as a defense is you're not exposing anyone to getting killed, you know, all on their own. The Terrace teams have to commit into these narrow choke points with so many different angles to clear, and oftentimes it's out of position to have some kind of effective execute. So EchoFox, that lobby crunch is well timed and perfectly executed.
And even with the capability to get outside, you still have to prime up to be able to make sure that nobody flanks you or anything else like that. So you can line up the take at the normal angles by moving into ramp room and pushing down to the B site, or obviously just pushing in through the main doorway or in through the mini shed to get into the A site. But outside control is the key area which you need to gain to even be able to think about making a push like that. Because if not, you're relying on basically just having a perfect nade set to push you into the site, or some kind of a cheesy play which you can use to get an early kill or two to gain an advantage when you start that execute. But for this round, thankfully, Rix kind of overstayed his welcome when he pushed aggressively forward and brought down a 16 HP. Roka watching for the main push, which he's probably going to be getting in just a few moments here as the players from Liquid move through old radio. Losing the initial battle, but he's going to re-peek around the corner, grabs one. That's all he's going to get, though, as Hiko trades it out. And now the members of EchoFox need to head downstairs quickly, but Sean, who peeked over towards Hell, couldn't actually stop any of this. They're just going to waltz right through it, and they've already got B control.
Yeah, only Freakazoid is anywhere near this lower bomb site, so at the bottom of the stairs. Pimp might walk right into this. He's going to try and stop the plant, and it's not available to him. It's not visible. Now Hiko knows he's at the door. Pimp wrapping around, can't win that battle. Sean grabs Nitro as well. Hiko storming through. He finds the kill. So 2 on 3. They can protect the bomb. It's all onto this battle. JDM wins, and now he has an AWP. He can drop Molotov. He's going to peek the vent. Can he find that? Oh, no, just barely. The change in elevation fools him. Sean very fortunate to get out of that one, and Rix is going to clean it off. So EchoFox mount a very strong comeback to end 7-8.
And that's going to bring them within just 1 round of tying things up, guys. So the first half will be over. Team Liquid does hold an advantage, but it's very shaky. So we'll be right back in just a moment with the second half.
He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. Oh, he gets the triple FNX. Oh my god, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still. Oh, that.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
All right, guys, and we are back, ready to bring you the last half of the evening here between Team Liquid and EchoFox here on Nuke now, where Team Liquid started off great, but they did allow EchoFox to swing a bit of a comeback on their CT side to bring this basically to the closest scoreline we could have now. Now it's going to be EchoFox themselves jumping onto the T side, where basically it's going to be sink or swim pretty quickly for these guys, I imagine. Well,
I mean, we still haven't... me personally, I still don't think that Nuke has been played enough to really know how this is playing out. We're still seeing it tend to be more CT-sided, but especially in North America, which is sometimes has not followed those general rules of what side of the map is supposed to be compared to the European play. This could still end up being a very interesting half, especially considering the game plan we saw out of Sean on Dust 2 was very good at countering what Team Liquid did on both sides of the map. So here as well, I mean, the CT side got off to a rough start, but once they kind of got their legs under them, they brought it back. Here on the T side, there's no reason to think EchoFox EchoFox can't have something planned. You know, especially considering this is probably one of the few times that Liquid's even seen EchoFox on Nuke. We've even seen EchoFox on Nuke. Liquid has a little bit more gameplay on the map that EchoFox can look at. I
think when we look at it in the grand scheme of things here, a lot of it will come down to the outside control. We were just talking about, I was just talking about this, I should say, in the last stuff. And I think I saw a lot of Premier games because we had like a whole week on the last season of Premier when I was still casting that back 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, where the biggest issue was they didn't have a consistent enough player on the CT side to be able to hold off just these big 4 or 5 man pushes to gain that outside control. If the teams can get it, then they have an open book. It still may take some time to actually set up the appropriate take from that point forward, but that's the first step. And I think as we got towards the later portion of the half, that's where we really saw Team Liquid struggle, was actually getting control of areas like Secret or just trying to clear out an Opera that may have been hiding out in the garage. Yeah, I was actually surprised at how well the upper execute that Liquid did on their T side, how well it worked. They win that round. They didn't really go back to it too much. It did seem like once EchoFox had that 2 to 3 man stack outside and crushed that half of the attack that Liquid was setting up, they never really wanted to go back to it. They just didn't really feel too confident with it. So yeah, I mean, outside, that's pretty much when this map was released, when everyone saw it for the first time, and even just the first through test plays and scrims and everything. That was kind of the general idea from pros, is now that there's this really fast route that terrorists can take to get to heaven, where you can get there very easily from outside up that rafter. That's where teams were just like, this is going to be a very difficult portion of the map to hold. You have to dedicate more bodies out to it. So I think teams are still kind of figuring out exactly how they want to do that on the CT side. We will be jumping back into the game, guys, and hopefully about 45 seconds here. Just waiting for a small tech issue to be resolved, and we should be able to jump into the pistol round here. But obviously a lot on the line with that pistol round. We saw just how heavily Team Liquid was able to gain a big advantage by winning that out, and then obviously the following couple of rounds too. The gun round goes their way, and they gain a huge advantage from that point forward. EchoFox really was only able to respond with 1 or 2 rounds here and there until we got to the very end where they finally found footing. The exciting thing here is on Nuke. I mean, this is where Hiko's really made popular the fact that he loves the auto shotting. So hopefully we just see him wrecking house, and even to start things out with a clever weapon, he goes Lara Croft. He's got the dualies. So we'll see how well this does pan out for him, but Freakazoid wasting no time pushing his way over here to the ramp. Pimp is even really going to stick around. He's like, well, I can hear them all stomping away. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Gives them ramp control. Quick rotation from Team Liquid, but nonetheless, Freakazoid finds the first kill against Pimp. Now Hiko, though, lined up at the new doorway here, trying to shut down Roka. Can't connect any bullets, though. It's not really going to work so well. Literally not one. So now we're also going to see Roka pushing in, but that may be a bit aggressive. There's Hiko doing work with the dualies. Nothing else to be found just yet. Sean finds a trade kill on a Nitro nearby in the vents. Actually, he's just going to shuffle up the top of there to prevent himself from being traded out. He's a bit of illusion alive for the members. Team Liquid to try and solve here, but JDM's going to solve it pretty quickly. Rolls right up, shuts it down, goes out of the vents and finds a second. In the meantime, Rick's picked up a kill. Hiko, though, with a quick flip around, going to have to try and shut down Freak, but he runs out of ammo. He's going to fall back. No one dies in that situation. Now, however, it's all on Freak, as JDM had taken down Rick's. A lot of times have wasted, though, but as he pushes back in, Hiko finds the kill. It does not matter, however. It's far too late, and with that, EchoFox just barely going to piece together this pistol round. Yeah, very nice kills from JDM. This is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I guess you could call that not very effective in that situation. Hiko, by the way, the best player in the pro scene to do Lara Croft cosplay. Yeah, 8-8. So losing the pistol round, but I mean, he's still got the dualies. So why not build up armor behind it? Some upgraded pistols as well. The kit onto JDM. At least this time they have a kit. Very true. Definitely not going to make that mistake twice. Hiko's still rocking with the dualies, however, being pulled in from that first round. We'll see if he can hopefully not empty an entire clip into an empty space this time. Freakazoid leading the way with Sean Garris. They're going to take over Secret. There is one player down there, and JDM in the smoke, one far away. They've done okay, it's very small, actually, amount of damage, but Nitro's going to be in the stairs with a 5-7. He just gets away in time. There's Rix, though, with the P90. Everyone kind of rotating down to the lower bomb site because of the ramp hit. Shazam's taking a lot of damage. Where's Nitro? No one's encountered him yet. Rix is going to tell his team this is clear. And Shazam, did he burn alive or did he fall somewhere? He was very, very low, but he's suicided somehow, and it's all on Nitro. He's going to peek out at the wrong moment. They spot him. He could have been a little bit more patient. He needs at least one kill here, but he's not going to get it. Sean comes in with the MAC-10. Bomb is being planted. Can they stop it? It's a little bit too late. JDM does find Roka, but the plant is already down. JDM also just hiding out in the new hallway right now, but Hiko around the corner to support his teammate. Not a whole lot that can be done by him, JDM, and even Elige at this point. They've got a box lineup. They're all in the site. And actually, Elige finding the first one there through the double windows. Shuts out Sean. Rix is going to be the real key player here inside of New Toxic. as Freakazoid slowly taps away, keeps them in the sight, and there we go. Now it's Rix's time to shine. The dualies actually allows JDM to pick up at least one kill as he switches over to the AK now, but Freakazoid moves in, very quickly trades that out and finishes things off for EchoFox. However, in the grand scheme of things, still not bad of a round for Liquid, knocking out 4 to 5 players.
Yeah, I mean, very close to winning it with that kit, actually, at the end. He even had time to get off that if he wanted to, and that flash came out to try and get that last kill. Freakazoid is very low. Doesn't work out that way. 9 to 8, EchoFox takes the lead, and they needed to do it early. Well, this is going to be interesting. Liquid 4 HE grenades, so you get the impression, obviously, this is going to be a nade stack somewhere, and it's looking like it's going to be outside. How much damage is that going to do to Rix? 4 nades do 7 damage. So not a fantastic investment.
What is that about? 2 damage.
Here you go doing math on the last match of the night. This is really smart of you.
Yeah, that was my smartest moment. Anyway, getting back into the action here. It's not a lot of it happening, unfortunately. Team Liquid trying to pick up some kills, but again, Hiko emptying another clip into an empty space again. Second time we've seen him do that so far in the half. Shazam finishing us off Pimp, and for Hiko here, trying to take down Shazam, but it is not going to be possible. EchoFox does close out the round, and they'll be 10 to 8 as we get ourselves into the first gun round.
4 AKs on the board. Shazam could switch into that AWP, but he's not buying nades yet, so I think he's kind of deciding whether he wants to keep that MP7 or not. Still, yep, he does just pick up the AWP right at the end. So we're going to upgrade that weapon, eat into his bank account. JDM's got an AWP of his own. See if that duel comes to fruition. They're both going outside, and in fact, all 5 members of EchoFox are going outside. That AWP is going to cover the angle JDM wanted. The flashes are forcing him back. He's out in the open. He misses that shot, and he can't get behind cover. Didn't take the opportunity previously to get somewhere safe. Elige does find Shazam. That's the AWP of EchoFox down into a 4-on-4. But everyone is, from EchoFox, they're pressuring lower very quickly, and no one is here from Liquid. Nitro just now got into vents. But EchoFox actually has a good amount of control down here.
They're not moving out to the site just yet, however, which does allow Team Liquid to move in and kind of probe for things. And that nade is going to be head onto Elige, and it is followed up by a Molotov as well. So that'll press him back up the ramp a little bit pretty easily. Nitro, though, with this position, nobody was watching out for it. So there goes the bomb down onto the ground. Elige has taken up his position from before, but obviously much more heavily injured. And EchoFox, how are they going to make up for this? Because they weren't very active in terms of trying to control the site. And this allowed Liquid to just waltz right back in, and they're now holding a strong defense. Yeah, I mean, EchoFox made no secret that they had taken lower, so the fact that they just let the bomb wander out, Elige, a little bit over-aggressive, takes a good amount of damage. They know where both of these players are. Elige has spotted both of them. Freakazoid is extremely low. There's only one flashbang to use as well to get into the site, so it's looking very, very dire for EchoFox. It's all onto this vent flank from Freakazoid. Hiko's ready for it. Spots the gun barrel, swings out wide, pre-firing. There's Rix with 1. Pip trades him off, so a good win from Liquid. Survive with only 2, where they should be able to drop some weapons. They still should be able to have a good buy into this, and actually it might be... This is where EchoFox has a little bit of a decision, because they could force buy here. They could have, you know, I think they could have 4 rifles if they wanted to, and instead they're going to go with 3 and 2 Tech 9s, but this is forced by the fact that they know the economy of Team Liquid is still not very strong, so they're trying to punish it before anything builds up. Hiko on his trademark auto shotgun. We'll see him play that back over here at the moment, just over by the doorway leading into the A bomb site from the T entryway. Won't be finding any action anytime soon just yet, but could be finding quite a few frags a little bit later on here as EchoFox at the moment just breaking the windows up on top of the A site, so they could prime to possibly toss some smokes and flashbangs in here to start that entry. I
think he's going to see some action by the end of the round. This looks like they're gearing up for an upper take with Shazam dropping off. They're just going to try and sneak down vents perhaps. So Hika's going to have a little bit of a job to do, and I think they're going to get through. Yeah, they have this very well coordinated, very well angled through that smoke. And they're going to get the bomb planted, and still no one... I mean, Shazam's going to pick off JDM outside as well. This is really well executed from EchoFox. Liquid is stumped. They had no one to stop the plant, no one to even check for that. So really clean execution from EchoFox, and they just have every advantage. They're going to win this round, and it's going to be easy.
Hiko doesn't see any action at all with that auto shot as he's shut down, trying to work his way into the vents. Nitro finally responding with at least 1 pickup, but this is mainly due to over-aggression from EchoFox just hunting down kills. They're going to bit greedy here, but it doesn't matter, as it seems like the remaining members of Liquid have already given up on their possibility for a retake. Pimp's running all the way back into CT spawn, and for Nitro, it looks like he'll be getting away. This is primarily due to the fact that he's already killed 2 players against both Rix and Shazam, and the remaining 3 don't really seem to want to hunt down anything else.
I mean, that was really sick from EchoFox, and that's what I was talking about with Sean. I mean, that's all him. Very, very clean work, very clever as well. As soon as that execute comes in, normally you have someone from the CT side, I mean, rotating off ramp room when this comes in. It's usually, it looks like Pimp is that ramp room player, and he doesn't go down to the lower bomb site to check. Him or Elige was over there with the ability to do it, and he's the one that's designed to either stop that plant, stop him from getting out of the vents, whatever it might be, but that was just far too easy for EchoFox to get in and get the bomb down without taking any losses.
And now, as we go into a force-up from Team Liquid here, they're trying to compensate still, as EchoFox again continues to crawl away from them. We're going to see what they can do to try to hold this kind of a take-off, but EchoFox focusing heavily on the outer hit, and oh, okay. A bit of team damage there against Roka. A bit scared of him, perhaps. But only 8 damage done, so not a big deal. As the rest of the team just presses forward, and there's literally no defense at all here from Team Liquid. Nobody trying to stop them from taking control. The closest thing you have is JDM sitting in the A entryway, but they're not interested in this at all. 3 of them are pushing down Secret already. Yeah,
another miscue. I mean, there's no one even spotting outside, so they have no idea this is coming. They have no time to get anyone from Liquid to get into position. And, I mean, this is the thing now. If this bomb gets planted at this point, because still no one's moved to even check the lower bomb site, if you're Liquid, you might as well just save all your weapons. So EchoFox is going to, you know, it's looking like they're going to get up towards 12, especially with the rework of the vents where there's only one passageway. Very much easier to actually watch that. And yeah, I mean, Liquid still, for the most part, hasn't even moved. This was just kind of a gamble stack with this buy saying, come upper, and we'll probably slaughter you with most of our players here. The JDM jumping down forces Sean away. If he goes outside, there's 2 EchoFox members waiting for him. He's going to do it. Does decent damage, but can't find the kill. Meanwhile, the rest of Liquid is not really doing anything. There's Roka with 1, but he gets traded off immediately by Pimp outside. And it's everyone saving their gun from here.
EchoFox continue to inch further and further into the lead, and this buy-up again from Team Liquid has essentially allowed them to do nothing here. A round where these 2 teams barely even touch each other, to be completely honest. And Pimp as well should be safe to survive, despite the fact that he's sitting directly up top. Basically the entire EchoFox roster. It doesn't matter. As we get into this next round, of course, again, money's still far too low on Liquid to really justify them reinvesting again, so they're just going to stick with what was safe. Thankfully, it's a lot, but still, they need to try and position correctly, because this is 2 rounds in a row now where they've completely misread the take.
I think that last round was a little bit more designed to be like that versus the other round, but I think that really was with this buy just them. They might just do it again here as well. Hiko with the shotgun. Got to be careful. Doesn't want to peek with that. I mean, obviously at range, that shotgun is not very effective, so want to make sure they're executing coming through the choke point at the right moment. Look at this reverse boost, though. Aggression from the CT side. Nitro has a lot to clear, but he has a good advantage. He's going to get 2. Very, very nice spray transfer from above. This might prompt Hiko to get a little bit aggressive. He knows they're going to come out hot. Shazam's going to get 1 in the face. Sean does trade it out. He actually sprays right through the smoke to find Nitro as well. Pimp and JDM, the last 2, they're going to go down the vent to the lower bomb site. They're going to at least get the plant. It's going to be a retake scenario. Pimp coming from ramp room. JDM's going to have to be very cautious coming down vents once again.
Team Liquid would have heard this, though, so they are on the way already to retake the bomb site. With the bomb itself going down on top. Generator sitting downstairs. JDM finding that first kill. Sean with a fast trade, and now he just play with Pimp. Hide behind the bomb itself, trying to get him as little room as possible, but he takes the duel with still so much time left on that bomb. Going to take it safe, though, and just approach from upper, but he should have plenty of time to grab this defuse and pick up a 10th round for TL.
Yeah, nice clutch. Important clutch as well from Pimp. If they lose that run, it might just start to run away with them. But still, 4 kills for EchoFox. Means it's going to force a lot of rebuy. Keep that money low. It's only 1 round 1. Looks like they have a lot of money right when this starts, but after the buy comes in, it's gonna dwindle very, very quickly. So EchoFox, I mean, this is a must-win round for Team Liquid. If they lose this, they're at least going to have to save 1, more than likely a double save with Elige and Hiko at 250 and 450. So, I mean, Liquid getting a reset here would be so detrimental to them coming back in this matchup. And, I mean, this is also a fight you have to remember, Liquid trying to get their first win of the season.
EchoFox as well, just focusing on outside again, the big area of the map here, while leaving Roka to kind of toy around and make sure that none of the CTs are able to push back into the main T entryway just outside of the A-bomb site. It's very slow, though. There's no rush for the members of EchoFox to take outside control. They're just now priming smokes to be able to move out here, but there's also a large presence from Team Liquid. Elige hiding down the steps near Secret, and a little bit further back, you also are going to have JDM trying to support, but that is a very dense smoke setup, and unfortunately for JDM, he's going to be very little help. It all falls to Elige, and even he can only get 1 pickup there before being traded out by Rix.
JDM still looking. At least he's got the intel. He can tell his team that no one's going through mini. What he can't tell them is that players could be on that upper rafter wrapping around towards heaven. JDM still hasn't checked that whatsoever, so that's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking perhaps for some of the players inside. Hiko looking very, very deep in the lobby and sees no one. Now he's going to drop around. He's going to go delayed towards secret stairs. Sean is watching for this, but there's JDM finally in the action. Takes out Shazam. And now the question for EchoFox is, do they want to try and address this? Oh, whoa, I don't think, maybe that was over the edge of the molly. He didn't see it. Looked like he was scoped in and ready to go, completely blind. This is where Hiko pounces as well, finds Rix. That's the bomb. 3-on-2, Sean and Roka left in a very tough spot, down into a 2-on-2.
Roka also finding Pimp, though, so this is going to give him full access to the outside area to try and clear things. But this is not what they need anymore. They need to get onto his site. Molotov is nice, though. It holds Hiko off, and Sean Garris is the right position to take down Nitro. This is the initial spray, but thankfully Nitro jumped down and still didn't realize it. They're going to move in to try to find the plant, but when Hiko pushes up the vent, the plant's going to become entirely unnecessary as both Roka and Sean are waiting for Hiko, and they will be able to take him down, which leads us into probably the worst possible scenario, the darkest timeline for Team Liquid, as their money's absolutely destroyed and they've been reset again with only 3 rounds left for EchoFox to claim this game. Yeah, and the most they can really do here is obviously just 1 save, which wouldn't really give them a whole lot of money even still after that. I mean, Elige would still have a rough buy. JDM would be okay. A couple players would be very, very, it'd be a very weak buy. So they have that kind of decision to make, whether they want to kind of force buy here and make their stand and make do with some of the pistols, some of the shotguns, which actually, to be completely honest, hasn't been very successful with them in this half. So, I mean, this is a good put-together half from EchoFox, keeping the economy always on the verge of being broken. We've really only seen, I think, like 1 round where Hiko's had the shotgun where he's actually had a chance to take players down. The other, I think, 2 or 3, he's either had to save outright or was just destroyed the second he was spotted. I think the critical round, if you look back at this match, especially this half, was that EchoFox play on their own force by our own Eco, where they just smoked things off and went down the vents and just won a very, very clean round. That was what kind of felt like it broke the back of Liquid. So a very important call, and that happened early on in the half, and Liquid just hasn't been able to rebound off that. So another very tough spot for them. Another thing with EchoFox again is, even though we're still seeing some base things remain the same from round to round, like the more aggressive takes towards outside that we're often seeing, there's still a lot of variance in the way that they actually execute from that point forward, whether it's wrapping around towards Hell to take control there, using the new catwalk over there to take up Heaven and then try to execute from back over in the T entryway as well, or just taking it right down Secret, which has kind of been the one they've gone to the most, but it's varied. It's a lot like, I mean, we talked about this with Cloud9 the other night too. We didn't really see all of this from Liquid when they were on their T side, and EchoFox bringing it seems to be throwing Liquid off on quite a few rounds. I'm just, this is going to be a rough start to the season for Liquid if they drop this. If they start 0-4, that would actually, I mean, even though Cloud9 obviously came out a little bit hotter than we expected, we always knew they were going to be one of the good teams in this division this season. But to start out 0-4 and to lose 2 to EchoFox as well, that would be pretty worrying. That's starting at a very, I mean, you're starting very far behind already in a hole that you have to catch up in. Now, thankfully, Immortals is another team that went 0-2 tonight that we also expect to be in the running at the end. So, I mean, they haven't lost too much ground there. And hopefully later on in the season, as they start to kind of get back into the swing of things and hopefully pick up the pace with some of these matches, they're going to have some easier wins. But this is a very scary point for them, even just this early on, 2 days into the season. I mean, in a certain way, it kind of reminds you of CLG last season, where they started off really poorly. They were like, I think they were like 2-4 after the first week or two, and they just like never recovered. I think they ended up like 9th or 10th in the league last season. Yeah, that was a very rough start for them. Yeah, that's a good point. So that's got to be worrisome if you're a Liquid fan, even though it is, like I said, only 2 days into the season. 0-4 is never a great place to be. Especially with some of the improvements that some of these teams have made. Obviously, EchoFox looking good. If they can do this versus Liquid, they can do this versus a lot of teams. Cloud9 just seems to be at a whole other level. We haven't even seen SK play yet. So that's, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are going to be pretty strong this season, and you can't really afford to give away these matches against EchoFox that, while good, while looking better than I expected, I think a lot of it comes down to Liquid just not looking good in their own right. And with that, guys, we should be jumping back into the match right now. Let's get back to it here and see what Liquid has to keep themselves in this match and to try and prevent themselves from going 0-4 just in the first 2 nights of their Pro League appearances. So they do decide to just save. The CZ on JDM, the 5-7 on the Pimp. This is aggressive play, though. They're going to push right into old radio here. Rick's holding it off initially. A nice nade pummels them. Not bad on the trades, though. Ends up 3 for 2 at the end of the day. And look at this with Pimp. He tries to push in. That doesn't go so well, but Hiko finishes off one of the players. However, Rick goes right back inside. And that ends up being a very quick round. with decent impact from Liquid, but they don't end up winning it there, obviously, so they're going to go 10-14, and this is the all-in point for these guys.
Yeah, this is the round where it has to all turn around for Liquid, and still it's not a great buy whatsoever.
Auto shot again.
Yeah, I mean, I mean that's not bad. I mean, just because we know that Hiko's good with it, and also just that it allows him to get to a little extra utility where they're really lacking. I mean, Elige doesn't have any nades, but they also have no kits across the whole team. Looks like it's going to be very fast towards ramp room, and they might get caught in the middle of this boost. Pimp just now gets up. He recovers just in time. Him and Elige combined for 2. They could get traded off. A dink onto Shazam at the end. What can JDM do? Pulls Rix out of the sky. That's huge. He's going to get smoked off, but this is bot time. Nitro's already down into the lower bomb site. So he can actually just kind of chill there and see what EchoFox does from here. Shazam is extremely low, so Sean is going to be the one that has to make a play.
All this happening so early from EchoFox, too. It gives them a lot of time to try and make up for it, but ultimately, Team Liquid still has pretty much full control of the entire map with the exception of this single ramp room here. We've even got JDM waiting to see if Shazam is going to test over towards Hell, which he may be doing in just a moment. Jumping up, not even paying attention towards CT. It's an easy shot for JDM to make with Shazam looking in the other direction. And for Sean Garris, alone in a 1v3 with very limited intel, only really knowing where JDM is, and with it being an op, it's not going to end up working out so well. So Team Liquid, on the round that they absolutely had to win, well, they do pull it out and win the round.
Yeah, good hold. I mean, that was about 1 second away from being a disaster of getting caught in that boost and just handing over 2 free kills. Even at the end, I mean, not a bad decision by EchoFox in the 2-on-3 with Shazam so low. Why not go with the Opera where it doesn't matter what your HP is? So even though they don't find success from it, but not a bad thought process. Still not a great buy from Team Liquid with the shotgun is still on board. They have more utility now. They have a Famas on Elige. They've got to last one more because they have EchoFox on the verge of a save round. And that's how they catch back up on the CT side. That would get them much, much closer than they are now. Very, very passive round from EchoFox so far. Looking like another similar upper execute. In fact, Shazam is in the exact same location as that round that I just talked about. That was the backbreaker, the round where they smoke out towards mini and towards vent. So you're going to have to look for Pimp. He's going to be the one who has to rotate lower. If they go down with this tactic and they hear them drop down vents, Pimp has to be the one to stop that plant. Again,
they still place themselves in a very slow-paced situation, though, but Nitro, after taking things out down below, he may need to rejoin his teammates over on the upper site in a moment here. However, if they do head down below, they've got Nitro waiting for them, and he's going to pick up the first one. Does not stick around to try and find the second, but a flashbang rolls inside. Again, though, no follow-up inside of the vents, and with this, Elige is going to jump right back down to shut out Roka. Nice hold from Team Liquid, and that's pretty much killed this hit now. They've lost bomb control entirely. It's going to take a big move from Sean to try and get it back.
Yeah, I mean that's much better. Liquid, just one player in that lower side essentially shuts that tactic down. I don't know if they kind of felt like maybe it was coming, but either way, perfect counter. Shazam is the next player who could make a massive play. There's Hiko with the auto shotgun, but he's not going to be ready for Shazam, although missing some shots, and Hiko's going to win that with the auto shotgun. Sean finally gets a kill onto Elige, but JDM's there to shut him down. Narrow choke point with that op. It's going to be easy. No plant means no bonus money, and EchoFox is going to be kept on pistols in this round.
So that basically almost places Team Liquid back into this match now. EchoFox not going to be bringing a lot to the table. They're going to use their pause here as well. 14-12, EchoFox.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is any kind of pause to come up with any kind of, you know, or eco tactic. I think this is more talking about discussing what are they going to do in the next 2 to 3 rounds, like just how to close out this game. So yeah, not a bad pause to take. It does come very quickly on the heels of Liquid's pause, so very short time in between. But yeah, this is just Sean trying to marshal his troops for the end.
That has been, I think, when we look back to those premier games though, where that has been one of the major issues I've noticed is that they have no problem getting ahead, just in terms of the overall scoreline. But it's when it comes down to those last 2 rounds, like the problem that we saw Liquid going through at all these major tournaments. Yeah, just finding the last 1 to 2 rounds.
Sometimes it's hard to seal the deal.
All right, guys, so we do want to give a plug to one of our sponsors as well, and that is going to be Mountain Dew. We'll be having the ESEA Global Challenge Land in just a few weeks, but starting pretty shortly after that will be the Mountain Dew League. We'll be broadcasting that over on the ESEA Twitch channel, and you guys will be able to find more info on that on the coming weeks. And we have more info available now over on the ESEA website, which will be over at esea.net. Be sure to go ahead and check that out.
Do the do.
There you go.
Yeah, you were drinking a can of that earlier. You might as well get the can in the picture.
It's empty, I think.
They don't know that.
There it is. Actually, there's still some left. Hold on.
Jesus. This has gone off the rails.
It's a bit flat.
We're losing
it's been sitting there for like 4 hours.
At Burbank Studios late in the evening. Yeah, that'll actually. Who's all going to that one? I know Ents is going to be there, I believe.
Ents, MK from Europe. Cyberzen was confirmed like yesterday morning.
Really?
I think Cyberzen's going to be there.
That'll be cool.
I'm trying to remember the Australian team. It's not like an Australian team you would expect, actually. It's not.
Is it Winter Fox?
No, it's not. It's not like Chiefs or anything either.
That's unreal.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they were all like they all got figured out this morning. And then for North America, EchoFox is going to be there.
Ah.
And also, Rush is the team in the 1, but I think they're called Panda Gaming now. They since got a new sponsor. Then we also have a Brazilian team going.
South African team is going to be there.
South
too,
African team as well, and then the Australian team that I can't remember the name of right now.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be an 8-team event,
Easy for Ents.
and that'll be in Poland.
Oh yeah, that's not twos in the return. One more year for the old man. Just bringing it back out. Natsu was an incredible player back in the day. Way back when.
So that should be fun to watch.
Yeah, that is actually pretty cool. I didn't know that EchoFox was going to that. That will be cool to see how they stack up.
I think that should actually be like a pretty competitive event when you like look at all the teams and kind of.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any clear-cut favorite. Although I mean, with the way EchoFox is playing now, I mean, I have to say they're looking good here. So especially with Ents losing Alu, Natu stepping in there. Will be interesting to see how they recover from that. Also to see if EchoFox is going to be able to recover from their economy just being reset. Only pistols in hand now. And it looks like they just kind of want to rush to their death.
As they move outside very quickly, they're looking for control, and they actually overwhelm JDM. Nothing he can do about that. They huddled their way over here towards Secret. Thankfully, Liquid are still kind of controlling the situation at this point, bringing it into a 4-on-3. EchoFox did gain control, but they lost the bomb in the process of this. And it does not look like they're going to be getting it back anytime soon. So while they have outside, they don't have anything else. Team Liquid are fine with moving inside to try and control the rest of this round. Already going to start it off well by shutting down Roka. Just 2 more to go.
Shazam at least picks up an AWP and even more. Well, actually, they could do if they find a couple. I mean, that's nice to find. Pimp, even with low HP, pushing forward. Lige, his own low HP. That's a nice shot, and that's actually critical because even just one more loss would really hinder Team Liquid. Their economy is not strong at the moment. So every kill counts, and Shazam, he's just going to wait out this round, isn't he? I think he might just be saving this gun and just say, I dare you to walk into my crosshair.
It's got a long time to do it, but at the moment here, Team Liquid are very well set off after all, so they may not even hunt him down, to be honest.
I mean, this also, I mean, it's not necessarily, it's not a bad idea in terms of the money he has, but also in the sense that this is kind of an extra timeout, right? This is where Sean could be talking to the rest of the guys. You know, maybe not disturbing Shazam, but you know, talking about the tactics they want to do to close this out. So finding a way to do a second pause. I think Hiko is going to be on the hunt. He's starting to investigate. And this that actual zone where Shazam was, if you're not like an old school Counter-Strike player, that used to be where Secret Stairs was in early versions of Nuke and way back when into 1.6. And it also used to be a very popular place for people to try and save guns. And Hiko is a 1.6 player from back in the day, so he's going to know that. And he chases it down. Bonus money. What would have been really epic is if he didn't kill him there and waited until after the time.
Just tried to absolutely destroy his money.
Oh yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, he only had like 2,200, so if that actually occurred, I think there was only like less than 10 seconds left on the clock.
He also had like 2 other teammates that would have easily been able to get there in the event that he failed on the initial peak.
Would have been next level. Maybe not thinking about that. Still with the auto shotgun though, not upgrading it. Molotov to slow down any early rush, and look at this aggressive call by Team Liquid. Alicia's got to be very careful. Player above him. He had to have heard him jump over onto that roof, and with that player there, they might not expect Elige to be in the spot. This could be a disaster for EchoFox. Nicely done, the trigger discipline. Shazam trades him out, but the damage is done, although Nitro caught way out in the open. JDM misses that shot. You saw how quickly he ducked because he was exposed.
And now after the trades conclude here, Hiko with the auto shotty, and taking the literal definition of I main XM1014 to try and close out this game. Still playing inside with that one. Picks up the kill. And now brings it down to only 2 for EchoFox here. Shazam and Sean will regroup, but where do they take it from here? They try to work their way over towards ramp and also utilize the secret control they have? Or do they just burst into the A-bomb site, hoping for some entries?
It's a really awkward setup that Team Liquid actually has going on right now. Sean's going to try and get in towards ramp room, and it's going to work out. Although I feel like Pimp and him are just playing kind of a timing game, and Pimp is going to win it out. Now it's all on Shazam. For a while, Hiko was watching Heaven with a P250 while JDM was right beneath them, so that could have been an awkward situation. But Shazam now in this 1-on-3, up in Heaven. No one's here spotting it. They will hear the plant if he tries to put it down. He has the bomb. And once again, it's going to come down to some form of timing. JDM over in the squeaky door, just waiting. And I think now they're going to hear this plant sound, obviously.
He will get the plant. There's a bonus money being secured at the very least. Not going to last very long, though, to try and do any additional damage to Team Liquid. So a very fast defuse from those guys. And now it is going to tie us up 14-14. And here's the play from Elige, too. 2 quick kills. Unfortunate that he's not able to follow it up with a third against Shazam. Then we see the rest of Team Liquid closing things out from that point.
I didn't see Freakazoid's POV when he jumped over, but that is kind of his responsibility as that player to clear that out. That's the safe play. And a lot of times it's done, you know, when you're kind of crossing over to that rooftop. Unfortunately, that time, whether he forgets or maybe, you know, Elige was in the smoke as he pushes towards that spot, just the timing of it, he cleared it, and at that point, Elige wasn't there. But that's kind of what really cripples that round for EchoFox. Very quick in the upper bomb site. JDM's trying to push the op. Now he's in an awkward spot, misses that shot. Thankfully, Nitro's got 2. Here's Hiko with the shotgun jumping down. Shazam finds him. Nitro on the reload gets a third. He's being a hero. 3 on 2 now. Bomb is dropped in the upper site. Liquid's still not in great positions yet on this rotate. They might have to allow the plant.
And they're going to hold back for now. But however, Sean exercising down below, and he just goes down there, destroys Elige right up into his face. All of a sudden, the B site is their target. They're going to move right in, causing a sudden shuffle against Team Liquid here. And we can see Nitro down very low at 20 HP. He can't directly peek out here, especially with Sean getting this close, and he doesn't even know this yet. Moving around the corner, he's also going to be cautious of Pimp, who's going to peek up from the tunnels here at any moment, or the vents rather. But regardless, Sean just walks around the Nitro, shuts him down. Pimp's going to wait for the re-peek, but even so, he has no clue where Shazam is playing from here. This will be such a hard clutch for Pimp to grab. And EchoFox are even backing away from the site, so as to elongate the length of these duels when they will happen. Just circling around him. He's already out of time. This is going to be an EchoFox round, and they'll be 1 away from closing out this match. Pimp even walking up, hasn't checked his left side, so Sean just grabs the kill for free, shuts out Pimp, and puts EchoFox in 2-0 territory against Liquid.
This might have been a little bit much for Nico. that jump down, that might have been a little aggressive. Obviously, Elige dying there was what really put Liquid in a bad spot. Also, just a little unfortunate that of the play calling, just unlucky for the Liquid side. JDM wanted to get aggressive with that AWP, but it's the round that EchoFox calls an upper rush. So he's in no position to have success there, and just missing that one shot seals his fate.
So EchoFox with 1 more to go. Going to go back to the usual pace of things. No need to speed it up this time. Everybody grouping up. They are going to look more than likely for some control outside as well. But here comes that counter boost again. Is Shazam going to spot it this time? And he does. Shuts out Elige. Let's see if he gets aggressive enough to look for the second player, Nitro, that's sitting down below. Kind of a standoff at this point. But it is a bit risky to go for it there, as it could just allow for a trade and put Team Liquid back in control.
It's risky for Nitro to still stick around there when his teammate falls. So he gets away finally under the cover of that smoke, all the way back towards heaven. Huge advantage for EchoFox, also considering they haven't really used a whole lot of utility to get that kill. That was kind of gifted to them by some aggression that Liquid tries to catch him off guard. 4 Molotovs, 5 smokes for the EchoFox side. Enough to execute anywhere they choose to on the map. This is going to prompt Hiko with an M4, finally without a shotgun. Gets into Dahut. Looks like he wanted to make some kind of an aggressive play. The smoke is still up. Even as it fades, EchoFox is going to do the wall of smokes outside, let Freakazoid cross over towards Secret. And that's what's kind of prompting Pimp, as you see, to drop down low, thinking that the pressure is going to come towards this lower bomb site, getting into position early.
Now for EchoFox, only needing 4 more kills to try and close this out. Waiting for pressure to move against them here down Secret, but there's nothing to be found. They're going to try to push their way over to this site.
That is the least useful spot you could have been in, right underneath the vent. That's a free kill, and I don't know if that was miscommunication, but no one was watching ramp room, so it was basically just a free gift away. Hiko, he could make a play a little bit earlier, and they would have been lined up in that doorway. Unfortunately, like the rest of this round, the timing just hasn't worked out for Liquid. There's JDM. They've got to fight their way through this retake. It's working. Hiko has another kill. There's a smoke on the bomb. It just fades now. Hole in the door. Shazam peeks from the vent, gets 1 kill, but he's all alone in a 1-on-2. It's got to be covered. The full defuse is stuck. We're going to overtime.
And with that, guys, things are going to get very interesting from this point forward. No more economy issues to worry about. Both these teams going all out on each other. We'll see who can try and close out 4 rounds first.
Yeah,
maybe more than 4.
this is, and that's Liquid's got to be so happy that they don't have to worry about their economy anymore. Same with EchoFox when they eventually do switch sides. But it will be interesting to see what's brought out into these now that they have their full money again. They can go back to some of these op-heavy tactics with the outside. We saw that duel going on very much in the first half, and then once these teams get into the money situations, obviously just can't afford it as much. But a nice comeback from Team Liquid at their backs against the wall down. What was it, 14-11? They had to make that comeback. That's sick stuff from a team that's 0-3 and that we've basically seen get beat up the first 3 maps of their season.
And they do bring it back, of course. The big question now is, like, how are they going to... I think the biggest area, again, that I'll lean towards to see what Liquid are going to try to do to defend is outside, because for the most part, they've still been holding it pretty passively. Like, they're not placing players in the garage to try and directly contest the pushes. Even in secret, they haven't really been looking to do all that much. They've mainly just been placing players outside of Heaven to try and counter out the push there, but that's very easy for the members of EchoFox themselves to get past. Just a simple smoke setup will allow them free access to that, unless the members on the CT side get very lucky with op or rifle shots.
That was a very cool retake. I don't know how Liquid pulled that round off, to be honest with you. The hecticness of that retake. I mean, you mentioned it, EchoFox having some troubles closing matches in Premier. Well, maybe we're just seeing a little bit of it here as well. Miscommunication in the pressure of the moment. So a good overall half from both teams. I mean, Liquid to make the comeback, and EchoFox as well. You know, just qualifying for Pro League last night and putting up 8 rounds on a T side. That's pretty solid stuff.
And already closing out 1 win as well here.
Yeah, I mean that as well. Especially when you think about it. Also, even if they go 1-on-1 on the night, that's a very good evening for EchoFox. Who this is one of the better teams we're going to have. This is one of the teams that's supposed to be fighting Liquid. I'm talking about fighting for that playoff spot to split a game with them early on in the season. That's huge for this team moving forward. And like we said, you know, Liquid can't go 0-4 to start this season. Keep
in mind that you gain a pretty big advantage when you play against these types of teams and you gain those victories, since obviously with them being kind of at a higher echelon, when they go up in the matches against like Complexity and United, those are games that we pretty much expect them to take 2-0 unless there's huge upset potential there. So being able to gain these sort of extra victories over the big tier teams, that is what is going to give them that extra little push to be able to make it into the top 4.
I'm just happy that we're going to see Nuke.
Are you?
Yeah, I was actually serious.
More of Nuke.
Well, I just want to see it played. I want to see how these guys have been looking at it. See what new kind of things are coming into play. So.
I want the minimap fixed.
Is it broken?
It's just unreadable.
I mean, it's not great. Yeah.
You basically just see the top map, and they drew the B area on the bottom.
Can't have everything.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Sorry, Blue. Life's tough.
It's not
Life
great.
It's very difficult.
Could just split it in 2, but you know.
Oh man.
It's a bit difficult apparently.
Yeah, it is getting late here. We are just waiting on some of the players to ready up.
We do want to give a shout out as well to another one of our sponsors, which is Kingwin.net. If you guys want to buy cheap skins, games, whatever your heart desires, so long as it's digital, you can go ahead and buy it over at Kingwin.net. Probably not as literal as that.
Really well done.
Thank you.
Nice plug.
We don't normally make sponsor plugs here. That's Tom's job.
Well, I mean, you know, you'll have to get used to it. Bringing new sponsors on board. Get the Xfinity desk.
We are still waiting, by the way, guys, for the players to ready up. Any moment
now. Yeah, and I mean this is kind of the cool thing that I think with this map. I liked that play by Leisurely. We still are very much. I mean this is kind of why I want to see a little bit more Nuke play just to see how this is going to go. But still seeing a lot of the plays, a lot of the tactics that are designed. It seems like not enough was changed to change the fundamental tactics that are used in this map. It's still very many plays that we saw using the old Nuke. I mean, obviously the basic skeletal structure of this map really hasn't changed. There's just some moved boxes, some more cover certain places, different skins, obviously. But you know, overall, I haven't really seen too much that changes how this is played.
I think the B bomb site is really the only one that's received like major changes. We have
outside.
Yeah, outside, but in terms of like the sites areas anyway, I think B's probably seen the biggest change with adding the new hallway, wrapping around from vents, the removal of the one vent entryway from the right side, and then the toxic position has been completely changed too.
Yeah, that new toxic room is huge. I mean, that's the thing. Some of these bomb sites, once you take them, they can be very difficult to retake, which is why it's so incredible that Liquid actually retook that lower bomb site that last round. It's just, it can be tough to get into those sites. There's so many different places you have to clear out. So 15-15. It is going to be, for those of you who are new, who maybe have never seen a Counter-Strike overtime before, it's going to be max rounds 3. So 3 rounds played on each half, $10,000 start money. You don't start with that 800. There's no pistol round. And it's just first to 4 wins, and then if tied up 3-3, it's obviously a double overtime.
And for those of you guys that are kind of looking forward to more matches here, too, for the Pro League, tomorrow's going to be a day off, at least for us here in North America, but it is a super week for us, which means on this weekend, That's what I've been told is the term.
There needs to be like a way more epic term for that. I don't know what it would be, but we'll give it a thought.
That's the term I've been told. That's the term I'm going to use, Moses.
I know.
Which means
we'll fix that.
We have a 6-hour show this Saturday and this Sunday, and that'll be starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO.
Who's going to be playing that?
I know we have WinterFox, which will be fun because Ryu's here, which means you're going on the analyst desk for those games.
You mean Selfless, because he does not work for WinterFox.
It's late. Sorry, Ryu.
So yeah, we'll have Selfless here. I mean, I'm just going to let's look it up.
So it's gonna be Selfless versus, I think they're playing Immortals. EchoFox.
Yeah, Ryu should know, I guess.
I think you're playing Immortals. It's on Sunday, right? I don't think the stream can hear you, but I can hear you. Anyway, game's going live.
I think there's only 2 series, it looks like, on Saturday.
No, there's more than that.
Okay. Selfless EchoFox, and then okay, who else is this? Is the only one showing up. So yeah, we'll just start with there. There is going to be Selfless, there is going to be EchoFox, and we'll figure the rest out on Saturday. Good talk. Overtime has begun. $10,000 start money for the CT side, and Hiko still goes to the auto shotgun. I love that. That is killer.
He's still going for it, man.
I actually do. Although it is interesting to see Shazam, this T side EchoFox, they don't want to put the op in his hand. So JDM has one of his own. He's watching outside from the windows.
So again, it's slowly paced from EchoFox here, but they are still priming. At the very least to try and throw this towards outside. Notice a lot of them backing up now and actually heading in towards the T entryway, the T entry room. We do see Shazam, though, starting to push his way over here onto the new catwalk, and we'll start to wrap around here too, but that does not mean the pressure is not going to be applied elsewhere. It looks like they're trying to crunch onto the A site. I do like this position from Elige, though. Very far back in the garage. These players do try to jump down and go into the main A garage. It should be easy pickings for him, at least on that first kill.
Again, though, I mean, Liquid, no one has eyes on this outside rafter. They're going to get around towards Heaven very, very soon, and Hiko's pushed into Hut. So they're saying, all right, we can't really watch Heaven for you, so just get aggressive, get out of position. Although Nitro, he's right out in the open. He's more than likely going to die pretty soon. There's Roka. Elige does grab one, but complete control of this upper site now, and Nitro's got to be a little bit frustrated with that one. It's late for the players, too. JDM comes running up, and he just gets that kill at the last second, thankfully. Here's Pimp. He does find Roka down into a one-on-one. Elige versus Sean. And Elige is going to jump through the window, reassess the situation inside the hut, waiting to see if he can find out where Sean is. Sean peeks out. He gets dinked immediately. Huge advantage for Elige. No reason to use either of the 2 flashbangs he has. He knows he's got Sean low, even lower, down to 15. And finally, he can't even hit the shot. Somehow Sean wins that. Elige right at the end chokes a little bit. Or a lot, actually, in overtime.
And he's going to be happy with that, spinning around like crazy when he wins the duel. EchoFox gain the edge here on their T side again. And we'll start to push ahead here, 16-15. Magic number, those of you maybe newer to CSGO here, is going to be 19. If both teams tied 18, we reset and go all over again.
That's I don't know how Elige doesn't. He wins that, and this is from a player who looked so incredibly clutch in Cologne. It was a huge player in late round situations for him at the major, and that's one where he has 100 HP advantage to like 20 after getting that dink and just can't land one more bullet. Unfortunate, but a big play from Sean in overtime to give them their first round, and now it's a little bit nerve-wracking for Liquid because the CT side economy much more punishing, and if they lose this, it's going to be an incredibly weak bye for the last round of overtime, and that would give a huge opportunity for EchoFox to just win 3 in a row.
JDM and Shazam in a bit of a miniature battle of their own. Both essentially going to be playing to see who can find the other first if Shazam does decide to go all the way through out towards middle. For the time being, Shazam holding back and just waiting for a counter boost, which I don't think he's going to find anything of that degree either, since Team Liquid seems to be holding a much more passive setup now on these overtime rounds. EchoFox starting to line up for a push outside again. That's exactly what they're going to do. Freakazoid, Sean, and Rix all prepared to just try and smoke things out here.
Liquid's got to be very careful. They can't have another mental mistake like they just had that time, not watching for the rafters. JDM's got a great angle for the top of Silo. There it is. Shazam appears. He sees a second one, goes for the shot. He's got to fall away as the Molotov enters his position. Elige shooting up through the floor there. The rafters. He does find Freakazoid over towards Warehouse, and now Roka's got to try and drop down, make some kind of a play. Here's Elige coming. Nice shot from him. Hiko's still in this upper site using the USP because the shotgun at that range is not that strong. Just sucking with Roka into the choke point and not giving him anything. The shotgun does clean it up, so only losing Elige, a nice round from Team Liquid, 16-all.
Back-to-back, and that saves Team Liquid from being absolutely broken on that third and final round, which could spell disaster, of course, in the long run of things. But by tying it back up, EchoFox will still be able to reinvest, of course. This means we go into a third and final brawl to decide who is going to be holding the advantage coming off the first overtime half. And before we switch sides again to where EchoFox is going to need to try and retain some of that stuff they used to step up towards the end of the first half.
This is cool. There's a nice pick Shazam onto Pimp. That's over in Ramp Room, or Radio Room. That was pretty deep, actually. We didn't see too much action taking place at Ramp Room for the majority of this match on each half. But now EchoFox has easy control of it. One player from Upper's got to drop down. That's a nice kill from Elige. He needs that, equalizes it. But meanwhile, Nitro just got to lower. He's out in the open. He's got to win this battle. Roka knows exactly where he is now. Rick's peeking from the other side. Too much for Nitro to do. He couldn't get into position in time. There's JDM recovering before being taken out. A 2-on-3, and Hiko from this door has got to make a play. Is EchoFox covering the planter well enough? The answer is no, because Rix gets off the plant as soon as that door opens.
Elige is going to start to creep down. At the moment, Roka not even paying attention, but Elige whips the spray initially. He is able to recover, but it is at a heavy cost to his own health pool. And on at 13 HP, both of the remaining EchoFox members looking a lot healthier at 74 and 100. At the moment, they just try to look for a way into the site, but EchoFox aren't giving them the time of day, let alone an opportunity to take one of these two remaining players out. Rix is hiding in New Tox. As we see Hiko trying to push back out there, he actually just grabs Rix while totally blind, trying to grab the second one, but Freak does trade that out. One more to go, and it's going to be Elige trying to keep the heat on here, but again, it won't work out as he just ends up walking directly into the spray of Freakazoid. EchoFox will be 2 rounds away from closing out this map finally. They are able to claim them here in the second overtime half.
Yeah, that'd be massive if they're just able to go 2-0 on the evening against Liquid. That'd be very, very surprising. So tough for Liquid. It cannot recover into that round, cannot have another miraculous retake on that lower bomb site. And EchoFox, it seems like it's been forever since they played their CT side. But remember, Liquid put up 8 rounds on them. So, I mean, there's been both of these teams having success on the offensive side of Nuke. So, I mean, EchoFox isn't really out of it yet, despite having 2 rounds on what is generally deemed to be the more difficult side.
And the thing is, too, is EchoFox, really we saw them start to piece together their CT side as we got later into the half. That's when we saw them start to make a big stride. So, I mean, if that kind of EchoFox play on CT side is going to carry over here into the actual overtime half now, I mean, in my opinion, it's EchoFox going to take it all the way.
Are they going to remember, though? Because that's
the key thing.
That was, what, 18 rounds ago that they had their last CT round? So, I mean, that's kind of thing. Do you remember the key that's a success that you had? I mean, it did generally seem to start as soon as they got control of their economy, as soon as they could continually rebuy and have everything they wanted. That's when they had their success, which is a pretty easy, I guess, solution or fix to that problem. But, I mean, now, especially with the overtime, they're just going to have it right off the bat.
Absolutely. And we will see, of course, I mean, obviously the one big worry is if we see Team Liquid come up with like this new, very fast-paced strat that catches EchoFox off guard, and then they can combo that into 2 rounds. Because then that breaks EchoFox, first of all, and leaves them on a pitiful bye for the third round. Because even with 10K, right, for CT side, if you go 0-2 in the first 2 rounds, your third bye isn't going to be great.
Yeah, no, not at all. But, I mean, this is... I'm curious to see how Team Liquid's going to do this. What was a little bit frightening to me is recalling back to that first half is actually JDM had a pretty quiet first half with the AWP on the T side. I don't think he actually, despite them winning 8 rounds, I don't think he had a great half. So that might be something a little bit worrying. And just Elige in general is having a rough match for the Team Liquid side. So 2 players are going to need to step up here in overtime. 2 of the big heavy hitters for this squad.
We'll be seeing that in just a moment, guys. Again, players are getting ready. Just waiting on them to check themselves up. And then we'll jump into the second half of OT, where if a player wins... if EchoFox wins 2 rounds, we'll close out the map. And if we see it tied at 18, again, we reset and we go into overtime number 2.
You've lost it. We need to get into this game quickly.
If we go into OT 2.
I would, I don't know. I'd be ecstatic, I think, just as the quality of the match. Okay, so double op setup. I mean, speaking of, you want to talk about risking a lot on this opening round of the CT half. I mean, two AWPs and even Roka going a huge utility behind it as well. This is a little bit worrying. That puts EchoFox in a position to where next round, if they lose this, they won't be able to have a single op.
Again, to start it off, too, EchoFox already providing a much more active sort of defense onto the outside here, but that's going to fade away pretty quickly as Sean Gars does sort of sink his way back inside of the warehouse. not wanting to challenge anything directly, and Freakazoid was out here initially too, but has since faded away. Now Team Liquid moves in to take quick control, and it's actually a lot like what we were seeing from EchoFox when they were on the T side just a few moments ago. The smoke wall to cover them off their approach over towards Secret. However, they're going to press into the warehouse here and try to challenge Sean. However, Sean finds that first kill, Elise with a quick trade, so we go back down to a 4v4. And also JDM covering from up top is going to prevent anybody from pushing Secret. Not that there was anyone there, but again, EchoFox at the moment is kind of stuck in their own areas of the map here. Hiko tagging another one, Elise tapping away, shuts out Shazam. Rick's trying to make some impact in the A site, but in a 2-on-4, what can he do? Apparently a lot. He's going to drop the bomb, looking for JDM. He's going to find him, and he's also got Pimp down at 8 HP. Dropping in, he's going to find another kill. There's only one left. All of a sudden, this entire hit has fallen apart. Pimp is the last one alive. What can he possibly do with 8 HP? Rick's looking to clutch this outright as he creeps his way back up on top. He's even left the site entirely. He's going to let Pimp roam around. As soon as he hears that plan, he can just rush back in and end the round.
Yeah, oh no. What a play from Rix. That is dirty and maybe a little bit impatient from Team Liquid. They had such a big advantage. They had a 4-on-2. And Rix, what a heroic play. So Pimp is at least going to get this bomb down. I mean, with the start money, it's not the biggest deal to get that bonus money, but he's got to come up with some heroics of his own. Freakazoid and Rick's going to stick together, both going to come through the door, and there it is. Why not Rick's clean it up? 4 kills for him to end this first round of overtime. Now, they have lost both AWPs, so that's still a pretty good amount of money that they've lost, but this is the danger. I mean, that's maybe Elige going a little bit too quick. JDM with the op, that's just a struggle, and Pimp from that angle could not see the feet of Rick's. So just very good mobile, aggressive play. 17-16 for EchoFox.
They did manage to find
18-16, so match point.
They did manage to find one of the ops, so it's going to be at least retrieved for those guys too. EchoFox even saving a lot more cash there. The all-in investment rolling out for Team Liquid now. And this is it, where they need to come out on top here. Otherwise, it's game over, and EchoFox goes 2-0 for the evening to start off after being wild-carded in yesterday. And the guys from Team Liquid go 0-4.
That would be surprising for a team that just made the grand finals of a major, beating a lot of amazing teams to get there. Start out 0-4 here. So more passive this time. It's a bit slower paced round. Pimp over towards ramp room, Hiko in lobby, JDM, Elige, and Nitro outside, where Sean is playing that very same spot again. He's playing in that back corner, and Shazam is playing right by the generator / air conditioning. With that AWP, and even jumping on top of this is a really sick spot. It can peer a little bit over the smoke. Elige and Nitro are going to get by, but they're not going to go into the warehouse this time. They also have the bomb, so this is going to be a split towards lower. 3 members are going to attack Roka and ramp room. That's going to be the next point of attack, and Roka has pretty much, with the pressure that Freakazoid feels, Roka has already fallen away, so he's going to cede ramp room and go meet up with Freakazoid to at least stop this portion of the attack.
Freakazoid again, just waiting for the hit to come in his direction here, smoking it off a little bit, and that's going to hold Liquid off for now. Sean even waiting still in the warehouse there to try and see if he can stop anything coming in that direction, but Liquid going back to that very unsure style of play, and it's going to cost them. Freak picking up the first frag against Elige. Nitro, the only one left, and Sean, he'll be able to pinch him in a moment. JDM elsewhere on the map being lit, although Pimp does find this kill onto Roka. Nitro also trying to take down Freakazoid. The timing works out great for Nitro. Shazam, though, pushes back into ramp room and punishes not only JDM, but he finds Pimp through the double windows, too. Moving in to try and stop the plan. He can't get that, but he clips Hiko just off of the edge. Big plays from EchoFox, and it might have just secured them the game. All falling to Nitro now, and he's not going to last very long either. 2 4Ks in a row. First one for Rami, the second one from Shazam. And with that, EchoFox claim victory, 19-16 over Team Liquid. They go 2-0 to start off the league, and unfortunately for Team Liquid, they go 0-4.
Yeah, that's no good whatsoever, but what a sick ending. Rix with the big hero plays in that one round where EchoFox was just a kill away from collapsing. And then Shazam there at the end on that retake. Beautiful op shots from him. He's had a good night overall as well in both of those matches. So very, very well done. Very surprising quality that EchoFox brought in tonight, at least from my eyes.
That'll do it for our ice. Tom, what's up?
Just hanging out. That is not what we expected coming out from Team Liquid. Winless so far to start Season 4. Meanwhile, EchoFox going into a 2-place tie with Optic Gaming being 2-0 now. I got to say that 1v1 versus Sean and Elige in the first round, I thought that was huge in overtime. Maybe Elige should have considered switching to Genji with the deflector. Maybe McCree fanned the hammer or something like that to try to do something. But again, Rix and Shazam for EchoFox, just everyone stepping it up individually when they needed to Hiko. And, didn't have the best first match, but really stepping up in that second match. But it's time for Team Liquid to go back to the drawing board. But someone that loves drawing and looks extremely bored, that's Ryu over at the Telestrator.
Thanks, Tom. That was well done. And I do also, I have an Overwatch reference for you since you were throwing those names out. I feel like Team Liquid needs a mercy res right now. So we're going to be pretty brief. Moses is giving me the speed it up thing. I know he really wants to get to the hotel bar. So we're going to look at a quick execute that comes out from Team Liquid. This is when they're playing extremely well at the very beginning of this very long match. There's a couple of Molotovs that they're going to use, and I'm going to show them now to you guys up on the board. Now keep in mind the overlay here is very stacked, so it's hard to see, but I'm going to explain where the Molotovs actually land. So one of the things that they're doing that's a little bit different than some of the standard executes we've seen is they put a Molotov behind the vent. They put one on top of the hut that actually didn't land, but the intention was for it to land there. And then they put one up top on the catwalk. They used one smoke. That's the same smoke that we did see EchoFox use to get down to lower. But what they're doing and what's really well timed is they stack flashbangs off the Molotovs. And the reason that you do this is because the Molotovs force the players that, let's say this player over here by vent, he hears the Molotov coming, he sees it, it lands near his feet. He immediately has to move because otherwise he's going to burn, he's going to 1G to death. 1G, 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 and chat gets spammed that it's not a good thing. So once he starts to move, the player on top of hut or on rafters starts to move, they're in the open, the flashbangs land, the players come out through squeaky door where they're protected by that smoke, and they're able to take that. It's actually interesting because it was such an effective execute that we actually didn't see them go back to it because I think they probably could have done it again. They actually came out really strong start. Sean made some adjustments on the CT side of that first half, and I think that score was 8-2 or 8-3, finished 8-7. So really good adjustment from Sean. Peacemaker wasn't able to adjust back. And then from there, it was another 8-7 half, saw overtime. Really good adjustment from Sean, carried it over into their CT half of overtime, closed it out.
Yeah, and Team Liquid just falling short from what would have been an epic comeback. Immortals almost doing the same earlier against Cloud9, but it seems like Liquid just starts so slow. What do they need to get going in the beginning of the games?
Yeah, so I know that they said that, I guess, Pimp just got to the team house, so they haven't had a ton of time to really go through everything. It seemed like they played the map fairly well, and it's not to take anything away from EchoFox. I think they had all members of that team contribute on both maps, which was very, very impressive. Sean was definitely prepared. EchoFox has played that, I think, a couple times already in Premier, so it seemed like they had some things that they could fall back into. And then just good in-game leadership from Sean to make adjustments. Whatever were doing wasn't working. They saved a couple rounds, played it a little bit safe, and then again, like I said, the same adjustment they made at the end of the first half on their CT side, they were able to leverage in overtime. Couple great individual plays, and then they were able to close it out.
Well, let's go ahead and take a recap of what happened today in Day 2, Season 4 of the CSGO Pro League. You can see the results right there. Cloud9 taking down Immortals 16-5 on Cobble, and then 16-14 in almost an epic comeback. And then in Dust 2, that was Team Liquid falling to EchoFox, and also Team Liquid falling again in the map which we just saw, which was Nuke.
It's good day matches. I think Immortals slow to start, but I think that second map showed that there's good signs from both teams there. Cloud9 continue to be impressive. I think that we're going to see really good things from them. I'm hoping it's not what we saw before. They have had this honeymoon period when they've had a new player in the past. Hopefully this is something that they can actually sustain and becomes consistent. Team Liquid, I think they really need to put in the work in the next. I think they actually are one of the teams that plays Saturday, so it'll be a good segue for the matches that we have coming up. They really need to put in the work tomorrow if they can, and then Saturday before their matches to be prepared, because going down 0-6 in a division that I think is going to be pretty tough running, it's going to be a bad start if that happens to them.
Agreed, and you may even have to go down 0-6 and look into a team change. But that's a wrap for us. Day 2, season number 4 of the CSGO Pro League. On behalf of everyone at ESL, thanks to our sponsors, The Score, Esports, and SanDisk, and of course to you for watching. We'll see you again on Saturday. The pregame show starts at 2:45 p.m. Pacific, and we start with the matches at 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you then.